We've generated over 15,000 leads for online coaches, B2B businesses through organic YouTube content. And in this video, I'm going to be addressing one of the key questions that I get asked on a very frequent basis, which is what's better, long form versus short form content? Which one actually drives you revenue and which one actually gets you clients? So first of all, the short form content trap. Everyone is obsessed with short form content. They think quick edits, viral trends, posting 1 to 3 times per day. And to most people, that logic seems very sound. More views equals more growth, right? Not exactly. Here's what most new creators get wrong. They're intentionally creating a lot of volume, targeting the masses, when they should be creating real value, real actionable value to their target ICP. If your end goal is to build real trust with your audience, convert viewers into leads and turn subscribers ultimately into sales, short form content alone won't cut it. It's too short of a video for you to really build that trust and develop that authority with your target audience. And again, just reiterating this, because short form content is essentially built for attention, not for authority. It's a quick attention grab. It's a quick dopamine hit for those viewers, and they just continually scroll, and you don't want to be, fueling that cycle. Ultimately, it's really fast to consume, easy to forget, and rarely offers enough depth to move someone from interested to actually properly invested and buying into your product. And the next thing is what actually converts. And 100% the best conversion mechanism with content is long form content. It is a way for you to build a full funnel around organic content to make sure that you're capturing that initial awareness, nurturing that awareness, and then converting them through more bottom of funnel testimonial type raw and authentic content. This is something that short form content just can't really do. And most people will take 7 hours roughly to watch your content and really trust to have that authority and come to the decision to think, I actually want to buy from your content. Short form content just doesn't give that long enough window for you to be able to do that proper nurturing. So with long form YouTube videos, you can solve real problems for your ideal clients, share your process thinking and frameworks, show proof case studies and results in context, and build authority and trust at scale. There is a lot of people who will say, okay, well, with short form content, you tend to experience more growth, you tend to have that quicker increase in vanity metrics like viewers and subscribers. My real question to you is, what's the point of growing that if you don't really know who those viewers and subscribers are, if you don't really know how well nurtured they are? And that's the key thing that I want to hit home. With long form content, you know that the viewers and subscribers that you're getting are intentional. And I would much rather have 500 intentional views than 100,000 unintentional views of people who will never end up buying your product because they're just not the right fit. So instead of pushing out 15 reels hoping for a viral hit, you can craft one strategic video that speaks directly to your ICP's biggest pain point, and that's absolutely crucial. We're addressing key pain points here. That one video, it then becomes a lead magnet. It becomes a sales asset. It becomes a part of a conversion funnel that works on autopilot. See it as sales reps that work 24/7. This content is on the platform to stay, and as long as you're delivering that value, it will continually keep working for you 24/7 as a key lead magnet, bringing in a source of qualified leads. One key thing with these long form videos that a lot of people actually miss is that before you jump on that sales call, if the lead has come through the long form content, most of the time those key objections that you typically face from unqualified leads have already been addressed because they built that trust with you. They know who you are before the camera, so you pre-qualified in that way, and that gives them a much higher likelihood of actually putting their card down and buying from you. And for those of you out there who are thinking that, okay, long form content takes a lot to make, it takes maybe an hour to record a proper video and do all the setup, etc., and you'll publish less often. Instead of pushing out 1 reel per day, you might push out one long form per week. That's the point. You're not flooding the feed. You're building a real scalable system. These are some long form videos that we've done for a couple of our clients, and you might look at these videos and see 22,000 views, 1,400 views. Surely these videos haven't brought in a lot of business. Seriously, they have, and they are printing consistently. They're bringing in a lot of leads, and you can even convert with videos with less views than this. I've seen creators in the B2B space, and I've worked with creators in the B2B space who bring countless leads off videos that have got 200 to 500 views. That is 100% possible, and you cannot do that with short form content. And for the people who might think, okay, well, short form content brings in the views, it brings in the subscribers, you can get 100,000 subscribers and generate X amount of views with short form content that you can't necessarily do with long form content. Here's a screenshot of the analytics dashboard of a client that we work with. And together we've managed to bring in 820,000 views in the last 365 days with an increase of subscribers of 12.2k subscribers over that period. And I can confidently say that these are the right target audiences, the people that will buy from their product. And so that sort of growth from intentional content is absolutely insane for business and generating that revenue. So now the question is like, is short form content redundant? After I've said all this, you might be thinking, okay, so what's the point in short form content, and is it redundant? Do I still need to do it? Do I stop it completely? No, it does have a role. It's just about how do we fit it into the overall content strategy. Short form content definitely isn't dead. It's just not the main event. So here's how we use short form content with our clients. We create short form content intentionally, not for reach, but to drive traffic back to the long form videos that we know do the heavy lifting when it comes to the converting. We either repurpose clips from the long form videos, or we create unique short form content centered around that particular long form video. And then we use that as a funnel back to that. One point on that though is that if you're repurposing from the long form videos, you need to be very, very careful. But that short form content is in context and it makes sense. You know, you can't just repurpose from a long form video and take the middle of a section and expect that to do well in terms of wanting to entice viewers back to the long form video. A lot of viewers will say this is out of context to themselves. You know, a lot of viewers will think this is out of context. It doesn't make sense. So make sure it's in context. Make sure what they're saying is a fresh point and it ends on a clear note. My top advice would be to create unique, intentional content around that particular long form video so that you know that context is there. So we use the shorts, we use the reels and the clips to tease value, answer objections, and guide viewers into the longer video, the one that actually converts. The result there is more traffic to the high converting assets, higher ROI and less content burnout, and more business growth. So if you're looking to work with a team who can help you take your content to the next level and really get it driving meaningful business revenue, then I'd absolutely love to jump on a call and discuss how we can work together. But aside from that, you know, guys, hope you enjoyed this video, hope you're taking value from it and you really see the bigger picture in terms of, okay, what will actually generate me revenue and how can I make my content more intentional going forward. If you found that value, you know, subscribe, like, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you very much.